The state wrestling championship in Texas just wrapped up for the second year in a row. The women's Class 6A 110-pound division was won by Mac Beggs. Mac, that's right, although biologically female, Mac is transitioning to male, and as part of that transition takes testosterone and steroids. But Mac still competes as a girl because Texas rules require school athletes to compete as the gender on their birth certificate. If that's not confusing enough, well, it is. And that's why we asked Mark Steyn to come and join us to explain it. So, Mark, this seems like, and I think it's worth being paranoid about every new development because they always are slippery slope, actually, despite claims to the contrary. Right. But why is girls' sports not over? Boys have a massive physical, biological advantage in a lot of sports, and if you allow boys to compete as girls, then what happens to girls?
Well, there is no girls' sports then. But you're right. Just to go back to what you said, Tucker, this may seem trivial and the slippery slope. It isn't actually. I would say this is actually one of the biggest stories of our time, perhaps the biggest, bigger than the budget deficit or whatever. You used the word gender in the introduction. In my day, we used to talk about the sexes, and when I was a schoolboy, it would say name, date of birth, place of birth, sex, and every errant schoolboy would put sex, yes please, and it was a standard schoolboy joke, and we all tittered. And all the girls put sex, female, and that was how it was divided. And somewhere along the way, the word sex, the two sexes, were abolished and replaced by the word gender. And in the course of that, we lost not just a great schoolboy joke, but in a sense, we lost that clear distinction. And so we have replaced the two biological sexes with a multiplicity of genders. And the abolition of the sexes is, in fact, not a small thing. And the point of this wrestling competition, Texas has responded to some of these modish fancies by saying, no, only biological girls can compete in girls' sports and biological boys. And this is a way of just saying, well, whatever you do, whatever laws you pass to protect traditional sex roles and girls' sports and boys' sports, we're going to ride a coach and horses through it anyway, and you're done and it's over. It is one of the biggest stories of our time.
Well, I agree with that, and I think it has profound influence. That's why we always do the story, not for any prurient reason, but because the way that men and women get along is the basis of society, and it's nothing's more important than that. But I'm fascinated by the idea that a small group of people can determine what the rest of us are allowed to say out loud about even biology. We're now required to lie about biology, and we're punished if we don't. How did that happen? No one really believes this. Only about 8 people do, and they're in control. How?
Well, I think that's the other fascinating thing. You know, if you're a climate skeptic, then the left demonize you and say you're anti-science. But we are actually abolishing biology in a lot of this. I mean, what I find interesting about this is, as you say, there's only 8 people who actually believe all this. However many people believe it, they're the people who matter in the United States and in Canada and Europe and every other advanced society. So, for example, if I were to misgender this girl who's transitioning into a boy, there would be a Twitter storm about how I'd misgendered him or her, and that was disgraceful. And celebrities get hounded into apologizing profusely for this. The fact is, this girl transitioning into a boy is on drugs that increase her strength and has just ruined the girls' state championship for all the undrugged, unsteroided girl wrestlers. And what I particularly resent about this story, Tucker, is the loss of seemliness in our society. If somebody wants to transition into a boy or transition into a girl, great. But maybe that means you have to give up the wrestling, that you can't have everything, that you should take up the violin instead, not wreck a sport, not wreck a statewide sport for all the other participants.
It's deep and true. Mark Steyn, thank you, as always, for that. That was great.
Thanks a lot, Tucker.